Hello beautiful family, this is Persh again. Today we're gonna talk about Paucartambo, the folkloric capital of the Cusco region. Between the 15th and 18th of July each year, a town called Paucartambo near Cusco is filled with colors, music and joy, celebrating the festival of the Virgin of Carmen. This festivity is a classic representation of the mix between Catholic and Andean religions. Thousands of devotees and visitors come together during this time to celebrate expressions of faith, history, music, dance, mysticism, and the arts of ancient Peru. This festival takes place every year in the town of Paucartambo, located at an altitude of 9,711 feet above sea level. It is approximately 68 miles from the city of Cusco, roughly 3 hours by car. Paucartambo is a beautiful traditional town of adobe houses with wooden balconies, known best for its stylish colonial bridge, a unique treasure of architecture built over the Mapacho River. The Virgin of Carmen festival was declared National Cultural Heritage by Peru in 2006. The image of the Virgin of Carmen is represented by a sculpture of the Virgin Mary with a child, carved from wood during the colonial period, possessing more than 50 layers, including layers embroidered with gold and silver, covering nowadays well preserved as religious heritage. There are several versions regarding the origin of the festivity in honor of the Virgin of Carmen. However, since the beginning of its veneration in colonial times, ancestral traditions have always been mixed with the Catholic Church. The image of Virgin of Carmen was crowned by Pope John Paul II in 1985 in the Sacsayhuaman Temple during the Pope's pilgrimage to Peru. Each day of this festivity has its own theme. July 15th. The festivities officially begins in the afternoon with fireworks, dancing and the ringing of the bells. The night initiates the konoi or bonfire where the collas, the chunchus and the mahtas stage the purgatory. Later on, the serenade to the Virgin begins. The different dance troupes dressed in their traditional attire, offering their dances to the Virgin. July 16th. This is the central day, which begins with the Aura Mass at 5 a.m. Around 10 in the morning, the Mass of the celebration takes place, where beautiful songs of the collas and the black kapag take the stage. Dozens of groups dance in the streets and squares of the town. The enactment of the bosque then unfolds, where the collas throw dolls and miniature furniture from their balconies. July 17th is the day of blessings and guerrilla. After the mass and blessings, the groups proceed to the cemetery in traditional Pasacalia to visit dead dancers. In the afternoon, the second procession takes place before the population continues to the square to attend the traditional guerrilla between the collas and the chunchus, where the collas wish to take the Virgin to the altiplano or high Andean plateaus, and the chunchus battle to keep her in Paucartambo. The day ends with the Kaswa or Grand Finale celebration in the main square of Paucartambo. July 18th. The Virgin is placed in the entrance of the temple and the traditional ocaricui is performed, where babies and small children are entrusted to the Virgin. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the celebrations finalized with a blessing of the Virgin to the entire population. There are 18 groups of dancers, each in colorful costumes with ingenious choreographies, narrating historical, mythical or ritual events. They walk around the narrow cobblestone streets of the town while paying tribute to the Mapacho del Carmen. The different characters, roles, and functions present today in Paucartambo reflects the fusion of ancestral origins and the progression of time through centuries of colonialism into our present day. Chapachuncho is a group that represents the warrior-like inhabitants of the Antisuyo Inca jungles. They arrive at the festivity carrying fruits, suyucos, wairuros, parrots, and other items seeking to trade with the products of the Collas or Altiplano people, with whom they make great friendship. Capaj they represent the ancient Colla merchants. Together with the Capaj Negro, they are the only ones who sing songs for the Virgin. They also have the obligation to attend the pilgrimage of Coyloriti close to the great mountain of Ausangate. Capaj Negro, they represent the black settlers during slavery whose sorrows and sufferings are laid at the feet of Virgin. Their song is known for its overwhelming emotional intensity. The dances are of high stature that depict a respectable presence. Sahra. It represents a humanized and paradise version of Lucifer and Luzbel with their infernal cult who seek to tempt as well as to escape from the Virgin. During the guerrilla, the devils seek the souls of the dead to take them to the hell and tempt to the Virgin during the procession while at the same time resisting Christ and sufferings when she lives. Waira is a parody and satire of the administration of justice, with the participation of judges, prosecutors, scribes, the guilty, and the magtas. Auca Chileno, it is a dance of Republican origin, a satire of the Chilean soldier as a popular reaction to the excesses they carried out during the War of Peru and Chile in 1879. Majeño, a dance that represents the ancient muleteers with their mule trains loaded with wineskins and containers, who trade in wine, liquor, and other products from the Majes Valley in Arequipa. Coyacha, translated as Little Queen, it represents the mestizo joy of the young people with loving purposes, from which new marriages are born. Chunchacha. This is a dance composed of women that come to praise the Virgin of Carmen. It represents the jungle woman, the exotic, radiant, and warlike Chuncha woman. The Chucho or Maludicos represents the workers who went from Paucartambo to the jungle to work on the haciendas, where they often became ill with malaria. Nowadays, other diseases such as cancer or AIDS are also present. Danzag. This is the humanized version of the male goats, tempted by the desires of their sensual characteristic. Folklorically, he is a mythical character who shows his role as Don Juan and is the seducer of the quinceañeras, the conqueror of the married woman, and the comfort of the widows. Waka Waka, a dance of colonial origin that mimics the Spanish bullfighting festivals, interpreted with a great deal of satire and vernacular arts. Negrillos. This dance represents the song of black slaves, cheap labor that worked in the cotton fields and vineyards. He is often depicted escaping from the grip of slavery and giving his songs and dances of hope to the Virgin of Carmen. Unlike the Capaj Negro, the Negrillos make more agile movements due to their youthful nature. Achampa. warrior dance of Incan origin that is executed by dancers of optimal physical conditions. Rhythm, courage, grace, and precision characterize this dance that represents the triumph of the Quechua warriors during the expansion of Tahuantinsuyo. Contradanza, an agricultural dance in which the leader of the group introduces the other dancers to the task of the field. It also makes a mockery of the ballroom dance performed by the Spaniards' elites in colonial time, hence its name counterdance. Panadero, a dance depicts to bread makers' work in the ovens and it's parodied to the rhythm of its music. This particular dance, often performed by younger generations, is unique to Paucartambo folklore. Paucartambo, a native dance of Paucartambo, a brilliant staging and demonstration of how customs, traditions, myths, and legends are still preserved in this province. Mysticism, it is a dance of agricultural origin performed for honored the essence of Pachamama for an abundant harvest. Mahta. The Mahta is an individual dance that participates in all the groups, independently or forming groups of 2 or more Mahtas. They are the clowns of the party for the innumerable misdeeds they perform among the dancers and general public. They are providers of food and drinks and protectors of the different dances, serving as a means of communication between groups of dancers in an endless number of functions. They are indispensable in the party, resolving any situations during the processions. Near to the tomb of Paucartambo lies another treasure, one that captivates the eyes of Peruvians and visitors who wish to witness one of the most beautiful sunrises in the world. About 2 hours by car from the tomb of Paucartambo, one can observe an impressive natural spectacle at the natural balcony of Mirador de Tres Cruces, produced by the magical effects of the sun reflecting upon the clouds above the tropical forests of Manu National Park. It is here in Paucartambo where one can feel the faith, devotion, love, gratitude of the Andes. There is a welcoming sensation free from outside influences. It is here in this little corner of the Andes where the spirituality of the ancient traditions continues, where the mission of each dancer is to manifest the Virgin of Carmen to every visitor. We are Inkayni Peru Tours. If you like it and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in our next videos.